Relationships rarely end because of one catastrophic event. More often, they slowly erode, quietly, silently, and subtly, because of small habits that add up to emotional distance. People imagine love dies dramatically, but in reality, it dies from everyday behaviors that chip away at trust, connection, and emotional safety. This piece dives deep into the psychological mechanisms behind the 10 behaviors that quietly, but effectively destroy relationships. Not just romantic partnerships. These apply to friendships, family bonds, and even professional relationships. Understanding them is the first step to breaking the cycle. 1. Emotional neglect, the silent killer of connection. Emotional neglect is not about what you do, it's about what you don't do. It happens when one partner stops noticing the other's feelings, needs, or emotional states. It's when someone says, "I'm fine," and their partner doesn't ask a single follow-up question. With time, emotional neglect creates emotional starvation. One partner feels increasingly alone, even while lying next to someone. Humans need emotional responsiveness, a psychological phenomenon known as attachment attunement. When attunement disappears, the nervous system interprets the relationship as unsafe. The result? The neglected partner withdraws, shuts down, or seeks emotional connection elsewhere. And once emotional disconnection sets in, rebuilding intimacy becomes a mountain few relationships climb again. 2. Poor communication habits, talking without understanding. Communication problems are not about lack of talking. Many couples talk every day but still fail to connect. The real issue is interrupting, invalidating feelings, minimizing concerns, responding to emotions with logic instead of empathy, turning conversations into debates or competitions, listening to reply, not to understand. When people feel unheard, they stop expressing themselves. And when expression disappears, resentment grows in silence. Poor communication doesn't just block solutions, it blocks connection. It blocks vulnerability. It blocks emotional intimacy. A relationship without healthy communication becomes a space where problems pile up faster than they can be resolved. 3. Controlling behavior, love that feels like a cage. Control rarely looks like obvious domination. Most of the time, it disguises itself as, "I just want what's best for you. I'm only trying to help. I know what you should do." But control, no matter how gently disguised, creates fear, pressure, and suffocation. Psychology shows that humans need autonomy to remain mentally and emotionally healthy. When someone feels controlled, they stop sharing, they hide things, they rebel, they lose their sense of self. And a relationship can't survive when one person shrinks so the other can feel secure. Love should feel like freedom, not confinement. When control enters, love quietly walks out. 4. Constant criticism, death by 1,000 cuts. Criticism isn't feedback. It's not correction. It's not honesty. Criticism is psychological erosion. It sends one message over and over: you're not enough. When criticism becomes frequent, self-esteem drops, defensiveness rises, communication shuts down, emotional distance widens, and affection dies. Research from Dr. John Gottman shows criticism is one of the strongest predictors of relationship failure. Why? Because criticism attacks identity, not behavior. Feedback says, "You made a mistake." Criticism says, "You are the mistake." And nobody thrives where they constantly feel judged. 5. Lack of accountability, the erosion of trust. A partner who never takes responsibility creates emotional instability. People who avoid accountability often shift blame, justify hurtful actions, deny wrongdoing, minimize the other person's feelings, rewrite history to protect their ego. This creates a psychological imbalance where one person becomes the villain and the other becomes the victim. Without accountability, arguments never resolve, trust never rebuilds, emotional wounds stay open, a resentment grows. A relationship can survive mistakes, but it cannot survive someone who refuses to own them. Accountability is humility, humility is growth, and growth is the foundation of lasting love. 6. Passive-aggressive behavior, the art of indirect destruction. Passive-aggressive behavior is weaponized silence. It's hostility covered in politeness. It includes a giving the silent treatment, a using sarcasm as anger, a withdrawing affection, a making backhanded comments, forgetting promises on purpose, a doing things slowly out of spite. This behavior is psychologically damaging because it removes clarity. The offended partner doesn't know what's wrong, why it's wrong, or how to fix it. Passive aggression forces people to solve emotional puzzles they never asked to play. And the worst part? It creates emotional insecurity. People cannot feel safe around someone who punishes instead of expresses. 7. Taking each other for granted, love without appreciation. One of the most common ways relationships die is through routine, complacency, and comfort. People stop complimenting each other, expressing gratitude, showing appreciation, doing thoughtful things, acknowledging effort. Human beings need to feel valued. When appreciation disappears, the heart starts to feel invisible. Over time, the taken-for-granted partner emotionally checks out. They stop fighting for connection because they feel like nothing they do matters. Love requires effort, attention, presence, gratitude. Without these, even the strongest bond weakens. 8. Dishonesty and secrets breaking the foundation of trust. Trust is the backbone of any relationship. Once broken, everything else collapses. Dishonesty isn't only about big lies. The small ones are sometimes worse. Hiding feelings, avoiding difficult conversations, telling half-truths, pretending to be okay, concealing financial issues, deleting messages, withholding information to avoid conflict. Every secret builds a wall. Every lie opens a crack. Every deception reduces emotional safety. Trust doesn't break all at once. It breaks piece by piece, until one day there's nothing left to rebuild. 9. Negative energy and emotional contamination. A relationship can become toxic not because either person is bad, but because emotional energy becomes consistently negative. This includes constant complaining, pessimism, emotional dumping, unresolved trauma projected onto each other, a moodiness without communication, frequent arguments, unbalanced emotional labor. Humans absorb energy like sponges. When the emotional environment of a relationship becomes heavy, one or both partners feel drained. After enough emotional exhaustion, the relationship stops feeling like a place of peace and starts feeling like a burden. And people naturally move away from burdens. 10. Disrespect, the point of no return. Disrespect is the most powerful relationship destroyer, because once it enters, love deteriorates rapidly. Disrespect can appear as a raising your voice, a mocking or belittling, a name-calling, dismissing opinions, a breaking boundaries, a showing public embarrassment, a making comparisons, ignoring someone's needs. Psychologically, disrespect triggers defensiveness, shame, and emotional withdrawal. It destroys safety, which is the foundation of intimacy. A relationship without respect becomes a battlefield where both people fight to protect their dignity instead of nurturing their bond. And no love can survive in a war zone. Final thoughts: love requires conscious behavior. Relationships don't die because people stop loving each other. They die because people stop practicing the behaviors that maintain love. Healthy relationships require empathy, communication, accountability, emotional presence, respect, appreciation, vulnerability. When these are absent, even the strongest love becomes fragile. But when these are present, even the toughest challenges become manageable. Understanding these destructive behaviors is the first step. Changing them is the path to building relationships that last.